Hello guys, Mr. Camzilla here today with my 100 sub special, and if you didn't guess before, I have built the Death Egg robot in its magnificent brick form. And so before we get into that, which I'm really excited to show you guys, I wanted to do a bit of a Q&A. So I asked you guys for a bunch of questions and you guys provided. So I'm just doing these in a random order, so there's no order of who do I like best or who do I hate the most, or I like all you guys, come on. Yo, mushy mushy. Anyway, so to start us off, Poindexter Production asks, here's the question, what made you start a YouTube channel? Well, it was kind of a decision I made. Some of my other friends had made some YouTube content and I was like, you know what, that's kind of cool. And I had been meaning to, you know, share some of my Lego stuff on the internet for a while, and it was just kind of a decision that I made, and I was like, you know what, why not I just start one now? I mean, I should have a while ago, because the Lego Sonic Spike was bigger back then, so it's a bit harder to kind of grow the community like I wanted to, and so yeah, I guess just kind of my friends are doing it, and I just figured I was ready, I guess, to start one. And yeah, and I mean, I don't plan on being solely Lego Sonic channel, but I will be doing a lot of it because that is what I really enjoy, and that's what I'm trying to build, is the Lego Sonic community, which is very small. So, moving on to next question. Benny Alden says, so, have you ever been off of Lego for a certain period of time, or has your love for Lego sort of just kept steady since day one? I'd say since I've been a kid, I've always liked Lego. When I was younger, I mean, I did build Lego, but it wasn't like my like main thing and stuff like that I always did. I mean, I played with stuffies, and I think more often than I played with Lego. And then as I matured, I moved more towards Lego and would build more, and since then I've always been on Lego, I guess you could say. It's kind of like a drug. It's not a drug, it's Lego. But I guess you could say, yeah, I've never been off of Lego. It's always been a thing for me. So, yeah. Next question. Teleo Studio says, what kind of Sonic games do you play, and which one is your favorite? What kind of Sonic games do I play? Well, all of them, like from the classics to the modern games, like Forces and Mania obviously are the most recent ones, and I actually just only played those very recently. I haven't played them before, and I've actually I quite enjoyed them. Forces, it's Forces. If you're also a Sonic fan, you know, it's, yeah. Mania I've quite enjoyed because I did really enjoy the classics like Sonic 1, 2, 3 and Knuckles and Sonic CD and stuff like that, and so it was really nice to be able to play a game very similar to that. So yeah, it was very enjoyable. And which one is your favorite? So the first Sonic game that I ever played and that I ever owned was Sonic Heroes on my PlayStation. Was it PlayStation or PlayStation 2? I don't know. If you remember what Sonic Heroes was on, just put that in the comments for me. Thanks. But I had a PlayStation, either 1 or 2, and I had Sonic Heroes, and that was my very first Sonic game. And I used to rage so hard on Sonic Heroes because I was so much younger. But looking back on it, I would say that that is actually my favorite Sonic game, just because it was my first, and I have good memories of raging. So, okay, here we go. Another question from Teleo Studio. How old are you? What's your favorite video game? Which of your builds is your favorite? And do you think you'll make any characters from any other game besides Sonic? These are my questions, and congrats on 100 subs. Thanks. How old am I? Well, I don't want to straight out say I'm blank. I'll say that I'm in my last year of high school, which will give you very, very general age. What's your favorite video game? Ooh, okay, favorite video game. So I already said favorite Sonic game. Favorite video game, Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. I would have to say. as a kid I never played it, but I would always watch YouTube playthroughs, and I made little like paper drawing guides of them, and I used to play with them. And the Paper Mario series was always something that I was fond of as a child, so I would say Paper Mario and Thousand Year Door as my favorite game. So you can tell I'm not that much of a gamer if that's my favorite game. Which of your builds is your favorite? Probably E102, just because that was my first, and that's kind of what also started me making this channel, was because I was like, wow, this is really good build, and I was like, and I looked on the internet and I was like, you know, there's not too many out there that are, you know, the best. I mean, some of them are really good, and I was like, you know what, I really like mine, so I'm just gonna start it, and yeah. So I would say E102 Gamma, because yeah. And do you think you'll make any characters from any other game besides Sonic? Yes, of course. If you couldn't tell, I am a fan of Mario, Undertale as well, which fandom, gross. But I can definitely see myself building some Lego Mario stuff, or I'll definitely be picking up the sets when they release in August, and doing some videos on those. So yeah, for sure I can see myself doing some other builds, definitely. Moving on to next question. Lucas Jung, sorry if I mispronounce any of you guys' names. Are you gonna build Zero the Chase Master? Yes, of course. I mentioned that before, I think on somebody's comment, and I will, of course. He is, I don't know what to say. I also love Sonic Adventure, if you can't tell, so I will be definitely doing Zero. Next question, Ethan Rampel. What is the best or your favorite Lego series? And if it's not Lego Star Wars, you're wrong. Okay, I'm wrong. It's not Lego Star Wars, okay? That's not my favorite. I would say my favorite, some of you might get a little upset. My favorite Lego series would have to be Ninjago. Now, yeah, you might be like, oh, Ninjago. Well, I have a couple different reasons. I would say definitely because it's my, like the first Lego series that I did start out with, and I remember playing with my cousins. We used to pretend that Jay was Sonic and that Kai was Knuckles, and we would play like little games with them and pretend we were Sonic. They were Sonic characters. It's weird. Sonic's a big thing for me, but I have fond memories of the first wave of Ninjago, and from then on I've always been in and out of picking up Ninjago sets. I mean, I do find that they do way too many vehicles, but I do enjoy when they do buildings or temples. Like the Lego Ninjago movie had the amazing Ninjago City, which I picked up, and some great, just awesome sets. So I would have to say Ninjago, and I'm sorry that I don't like Star Wars, but you know, that's that. Okay, next question. Poindexter Production asks, what made you get into Sonic? Get into Sonic. It's always been kind of just a thing for me, I guess. Like I mentioned, Sonic Heroes was a game that I had on my either PlayStation or PlayStation. I don't know. Please, again, comment down below. I don't remember if it was on PlayStation or PlayStation 2. So just comment down below what Sonic Heroes was on. Thank you. But yeah, Sonic's just kind of been in and out. I mean, I've been out of Sonic a couple times, but Sonic's always been, you know, a good thing for me, or a good thing, a fun thing for me to do, and yeah, so I've always been a fan of Sonic, I guess. Moving on, the Lego Bro asks, who is your favorite ninja from Ninjago out of the 6? Cole, because he rocks. Benny Alden asks, or Benny Alden says, don't ask random questions like, how big is your what? I need answers. What were you going to say? How big is your Ursa Major? Oh, person whose name I cannot pronounce. I'm really sorry, I can't read different languages. Hi, what is your favorite Sonic game and why? As I mentioned before, Sonic Heroes, because it was my first Sonic game, and I have fond memories of playing Sonic Heroes. Omega D says, will you answer this question? No. Mystical Future Boy, have you got any plans to make the Cyclone from Sonic Adventure 2? Of course, I was planning on doing that, as well as the little Eggmobile thing that Eggman rides in. So definitely Sonic Adventure 2 stuff will be somewhere along the line. I mean, that is I have that written down as a future idea, so I will certainly be doing some stuff from Sonic Adventure 2, because I haven't so far. No, I think so. No. Teleo Studio asks again, have you seen the Sonic movie? And if you have, what did you think about it? I have seen the Sonic movie. And here we go. The Sonic movie, I enjoyed it. It was a good movie. Well, here, let me rephrase that. It was good for a video game movie, but as a movie standpoint, it was okay. As a Sonic fan, I did enjoy it, because it's Sonic, right? But yeah, it was a good video game movie actually, and yeah. Teleo Studio says again, who are your favorite YouTubers? Me. Now, who do I? My favorite YouTubers? I don't know. I mean, I watch Just Too Good pretty often, so I do like Just Too Good, I guess. I don't know who else really. Favorite YouTubers. I haven't really thought of favorites. I just kind of, watch random things and subscribe to random people who I think have good content. So, no favorites really. Awesome Sonic fan 2000 says, can you make a Lego Mario tutorial? Of course. Do you want Lego minifigure or like a brick built? Just comment down below. But I can for sure do some sort of Lego Mario tutorial type thing. Benny Alden says, could you win in a fight against Cream the Rabbit and Cheese the Chow? No. I'm sorry. No. Okay, moving on. Poop Man. Wow, that's pretty great. Who is your favorite Sonic character, and are you gonna buy the Sonic Ideas set if it wins? Favorite Sonic character? Honey the Cat. And yes, I will buy the Sonic Ideas set if it does go through. And I kind of don't think it will, sadly. Very sadly. But I'm hoping, but I don't think it will. But I'll for sure buy it if it does. And I think this is the last question, also from the same person. Ooh, I thought of a question. Do you think we will ever get pirated Big Figs based on the models in Sonic Dimensions pack, like Eggman, Big, and Chaos? I would kill for those. I would also kill for them, yes. So let's just talk about this. So World Minifigs, I did do a video on that, did some bootleg stuff, and they do a lot of Big Figs and things like that. And there is a small possibility that they could, but I don't think that there is a huge market for them, because the Lego Sonic craze was kind of when Dimensions was, and that would have been the best time for all these bootleg companies to pump out all these figures, because Lego wasn't. But they didn't. If they did them now, I think they would do somewhat well, but I really don't think that it would be realistic, just because there isn't that much market for them. They're not the most popular, whereas I think bootleg Avengers characters or stuff like that would be more popular. And yeah, as much as I don't like saying that, it's true, Avengers is more popular than Sonic. A lot of things are more popular than Sonic, in fact, like Mario, I'm pretty sure. Actually, they're kind of equal. Either way, it would be nice, but I really don't think that they'll make bootleg ones. And there we go. That's all the questions that you guys gave me. And you know what? That's awesome. That was a lot of questions. And I appreciate all that, and hopefully you got to know me better as a person. And yeah, so now let's move on to what you're probably here for. Not the questions, but this big boy right here. Let's take a look. As you can tell, it is not small. Compared to a minifigure, it is ginormous. It is pretty much the height of two of these big pillar things. And a minifigure, here's a minifigure right here, standing on the top. You can kind of see that, like, it's tiny compared to this big thing. It's like, oh man, Sonic's gonna have a hard time with this one. Let's grab Sonic over here. Like, look at that. Sonic compared to the Death Egg robot. It's like huge. Now, let's give you the full look around. Starting from the front, you can tell that I've used a lot of slope pieces just to get that nice curved shaping. And originally I had it with all the studs, but that didn't look too good, and someone suggested that I should make it more rounded, so I did by adding a bunch of slopes and making it more smooth and sleek. So yeah, not much to talk about here, just that I've used just a lot of tiling and stuff like that just to get like this front detailing of the Death Egg robot, these little bolts here at the front. I've used these little like slope curved pieces at the bottom just to get that, you know, bottom shaping and stuff like that, and those are upside down. And then moving around, you can see the side of the head. So the head is fully articulated, and I'll give you a full look at the head. We're just doing a quick look around here. The arms, very basic, just using some of the click, whatever they're called, posable pieces. Some detailing for the hands. And the robot itself isn't based off of one version. It's kind of all three, or all the versions conglomerated into, or mishmangled into one. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But I think I did a good job of getting the detailing here on the arm. I did a 3 spikes rather than 2. And here it's just easily removable. Uses one of these here. Lots of Technic pins. And yeah, just some nice detailing there with the bolts and stuff like that, and that's all smoothed out there. Stick it back there. Moving around to the back. Instead of slopes here, I ran out of slopes and just used some, I think those are 4x3 or 4x3 big slope red pieces. At the back here we've got the big jetpack, which I think I did somewhat of a good job. I mean, you don't see it too much, so from the side it looks like a Death Egg robot, I guess. And yeah, that's basically what I can show you. And then let's remove the head, and I'll give you a closer look at the head. The head uses a lot of weird techniques. I used my favorite piece of all time, the web hinge at the top, to just get that rounded dome of the head, and I think I did a good job. Kind of. I mean, it looks very patchy, but it also looks very mech-like, and just like all the little mechanical things. And these are the little ear antenna things with the bolts here. The face, I kind of just, you know, decided why not put eyebrows and make it have a bit of personality. The nose is just made using a 2x2 sloped piece. There's a nice big brown mustache going around. The teeth are using a bunch of slopes. The mustache uses more slopes. Same with the eyebrows. Just a lot of tiles to get that shaping, and a lot of these are just clipped on like that. And then just pushed in there to just kind of get that shaping around and stuff like that. As you can see, there's a bit of structuring in the middle. And then at the bottom, there's just one of these pieces holding it all together. There you go. It gives you a closer look at all the slopes and stuff in there, and just it looks like a mess, but on the outside, it looks pretty good actually. And yeah, that's I guess all I can say about the head. which it came out quite well. So yeah. Now before I move on, I would like to mention that this is probably the 4th Death Egg robot that I've built. Now the reason for that is because all the other ones sucked, like terrible. I didn't like how they looked. I wasn't happy with the shaping or the head, or I just couldn't get the arms right or something like that. So this version is born out of me being, you know, somewhat happy with how it turned out, and I hope you guys are also marveling at how nice it looks. And yeah, I spent a while on this, so yeah, whatever, I guess. Look at those thicky boys down there. These are the legs, some big bolts or joints or whatever. The legs don't move, there's no posability at all. It's just a nice big statue type thing. The legs base, I actually used the Garma, what is it? No, the Garmadon mech, I think, from the Lego Ninjago movie. I used the legs as a base, and then just added a whole bunch of stuff to modify it from there. And yeah, they don't look too much like they do in the game, but I'm happy with how the legs turned out. They look very robotic and like they belong to the Death Egg robot. So yep, that's that, I guess. So as for interior, yes, there is the teeny tiniest bit of interior. I didn't really plan much. There's actually, it's mostly hollow in there. If you can see that, just using a basic pin type connection there into the hole of the head there. You can see that, no, out of focus. And if you see in the back there, back in the jetpack compartment there is all 7 Chaos Emeralds powering the Death Egg robot. So, I thought that was a fun little detail that I could throw in there, just to show that it's fully operational. And yeah, that's basically the Death Egg robot. If I can put the head back on. Yeah. Well, that's the Death Egg robot, and for spending a lot of time on it, it's not the longest video, but I mean, that's all I have to say about it. But I'm really proud of how it turned out, and I hope you guys can also enjoy it, and we're happy how it turned out, because I know a couple of you guys requested it, and I had mentioned that it was for a special event, and I had actually planned it for 100 subs, and so it's here. I've gone through it, and yeah, hopefully you really liked it. Yeah, spent a long time on it. And thank you guys for watching my videos. It means a lot, the support. Hitting 100 subs is my first goal, and I'm hoping to, you know, keep moving on. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Also forgot to mention, if you're new here, please consider subscribing, leave a like, hit the notification bell so that you know when future videos are released. And also, to all of you new people, old people, oh, that sounds weird. Please comment down below if you enjoyed this build, or if you have any ideas for future builds. I always take any feedback or any ideas into consideration into my builds. So yeah, again, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.